Before we get started, we got a word from our sponsors, True Classic. It's hard to find clothes, man, especially being a big boy trying to find clothes, but True Classic has put a little secret sauce into their shirts, and I love it to pieces. Now, if you're a smaller dude, get True Classic anyway because they feel fantastic, right? But if you're a big boy, the big advantages that we have is that they fit us tight in all the right places, in the arms, in the shoulders, and in the chest. So if we've been in the gym, we get our swole to pop out a little bit more. Plus, it's a little more loose around the torso, so if you got the dad bod thing going on, it's tight in the right place and it's loose in the other places. Look at this guy. You can clearly see the difference. One side is all big and loose and baggy, the neck's all saggy, but the other side, it's a nice, clean, and tight package that accents us in all the right places. But listen, this isn't some miscellaneous endorsement on True Classic Tees because they're sponsoring us. Take a look at Voch's streams for the past year. I have been wearing True Classic Tees. I'm wearing True Classic Tees right now. They didn't notice when they decided to sponsor Voch Lombardi, but not only do I wear their short sleeves, I wear their long sleeves, I wear their hoodies. Voch says this: I want you to go to trueclassictees.com. I'm gonna save you some money. I want you to get a shirt in every single color just like I did. When you go to checkout, you type in promo code VOCH, V-O-C-H, VOCH for 25% off. And if you spend more than $100, you will get free shipping. You cannot beat that with a stick. True Classic Tees, you look good, you feel good. Salute. Thank you, True Classic. Y'all be sure to check them out and check out their athletic wear too. They do some pretty good stuff over there. Comfy as hell. All right, let's get into the film, man. Before we get started, please, if y'all want to see the full length film, y'all got to check out my Patreon, patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. We'll be watching that in full. Appreciate you. Let's get started. So Micah Parsons was terrifying for Tom Brady, and I understand that Tom Brady threw the ball 60 some odd times, and if you're one of those people that only look at the numbers and the stat sheet, the game log, you would just assume that Micah Parsons had one sack on Tom Brady's 60 some odd attempts. You would think that that's very unproductive, but Micah Parsons was so hard to block this game, man. Donovan Smith was just destroyed in this game, right? And look, this may not be a sack, right? But let's just assume Micah didn't exist on this play, and Tom Brady's looking for Rachaad White here. And maybe if Micah's not running down Tom Brady, then Tom could actually wait around a second or two to let this running back screen kind of develop a little bit. But Micah beats Donovan Smith so bad that Tom has to get rid of the football that throws a bit errant, and he just hit Carlos Watkins right in the face with it. Let me show you another example. This time, Micah Parsons is going to be rushed from the middle linebacker spot. He's going to get a little bit of A-gap work, shoot through the A-gap, beat the hell out of Fournette. Yo, Fournette, this is what Micah Parsons versus Leonard Fournette looks like when Leonard Fournette is not blindsiding Micah Parsons. I hope you learned a lesson today, sir. I hope you learned a lesson today, sir. You like how that feels, sir? Humble yourself. But with this happening, now we get Tom Brady and more errant throws. So now Tom Brady's throwing on the run. Tom Brady's not a mobile quarterback. He's not Jalen Hurts. But with this Micah Parsons pressure, we get another errant throw. Can I just look at one more time how Micah just beat the hell out of Leonard Fournette?
Wouldn't let that shit happen to me, though.
I know, sir. Death comes in threes, so why not show Micah Parsons beating the hell out of Donovan Smith and Tom Brady pulling this old goofy nonsense? Fantastic day of pressure from Micah Parsons. Had to be one of the highest graded players on defense. But in the words of the great Jay Prince, if you keep campaigning, you're going to mess around and get elected. And if Micah Parsons keep rushing, he's going to eventually get the sack on you at some point. Fantastic spin move here on the outside here. Get upfield, Micah Parsons. Boom, 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 boom. Spin move back inside. I like how he cleared with that right arm right there, right? The right arm wasn't just being useless right here. If the offensive lineman is going to get his left hand on you, boom, in which the offensive lineman's left hand is on Micah Parsons' shoulder right there, you have to clear that left hand in order to beat him. And that's what Micah's going to do with his right arm. He's just going to clear that thing out the way to go get Tom Brady for the sack. Dorrance Armstrong jumped on his body as well. So this next play that I had listed here to show, Micah was wrong here, but I didn't show the play to show y'all how wrong Micah was. I showed you this play to show y'all how good Van Der Esch really was. Van Der Esch had a fantastic game. Now if you take a look at this play, we just got a little, what is this, a little power? Let's see who's pulling guard. That's a little bit of a counter actually. We're gonna get, pulling with the guard, wrap with the tight end. So they're gonna run like a little guard tight end counter here. And Micah Parsons actually is reading these down blocks here, right? These offensive linemen to the right side, they're going to be down blocking left, but it looks like they're zone blocking to the left. So if Micah's reading those guys, it looked like they're running the ball to the left, and that's how Micah got caught up in that wash, right? But Van Der Esch being the wily veteran here, and I'm so glad to have him back, instead of reading those down blockers to look like inside blocks, he's reading this puller. He's going, Oh, so y'all run a counter. So I'm following you as opposed to following these down blockers. And the counters, well, the pullers normally take you to the football, and that's exactly where Van Der Esch ended up. Also too, showing some love. D-Law right here, neutralizing the pull and kick right here. Bah, Van Der Esch gets the free look. Just one more time, showing love to Van Der Esch, because playoff Lenny didn't really do nothing for you. Now, we wonder if there's this theory that Dan Quinn was saving all of his good stuff for the playoffs, right? And that, oh, well, we're trying out these other corners. We're bringing in these guys. Was that a facade? Was Israel Mukuamu the guy this whole time? And look, man, he played cornerback in South Carolina. He played free safety in South Carolina. He gets to Dallas, and he takes this length that he has, and Dan Quinn loves his lengthy guys, and he ends up being a big nickel guy. So he's really like the Swiss Army knife, secondary guy. And one day, if J-Ron Curse is ever not here, I can see Izzy kind of being that dude. But the difference between J-Ron Curse and Israel Mukuamu is that J-Ron Curse is more of a linebacker in his body, in his style of play. Israel covers much better than J-Ron Curse. He's a former cornerback, right? So if you take Izzy and put him in the slot, in which I didn't think it was going to work at all, but results, you just kind of match him up on Chris Godwin. He just kind of follow him around or whatever. The length advantage is what made it special here, right? And you're going to see these next few plays that I show you with Izzy covering Chris Godwin. The length is what came down to blocking these passes here. Even on this play, Izzy working in the slot versus Chris Godwin, right? And Chris does get the leverage advantage to the inside, but Israel is such a long player, right? So you're going to be one of two guys. You're either going to be ball skills guy, kind of like Deron Bland, or you're going to be length guy. And my ball skills, may not be like Bland's or Diggs or whatever, but if I have the length to overcompensate or to compensate for the amount of ground that I lost, then that's how I'm going to win. So yeah, Israel Mukuamu, he didn't lose the rep because he won the rep physical at the line of scrimmage, by the way. Look at these long arms, bam, being physical at the line of scrimmage, by the way, right? Yeah, Chris Godwin would probably win this exchange on normal days, but dadgum Israel Mukuamu. Let's go cartel view real quick. If they're not on screen right now, give me 30 seconds. Well, 2 seconds. Boom, boom, boom. Right here, right? Chris Godwin wins this in a normal exchange. Chris Godwin wins this. But length is the perfect equalizer, man. Israel Mukuamu he's just been the secret weapon this whole time. He's been Weapon X this whole time. Yo, chat, let me tell you something, man. I'm not really big on the whole, hey man, let's hold all the good stuff, man. Let's just keep all these cards up our sleeve, because I kind of wanted to win those games. The Washington game that we lost, like we looked pretty bad in the Titans game or whatever, and I kind of want us to win those games. But if we just have fresh things that we pull out in the playoffs, like Israel Mukuamu playing slot, if we could just pull those things out in the playoffs, then teams aren't going to be able to prepare for that. We just show up to the party better than you, or just giving you a different look, right? I'm sure Chris Godwin walked into this thing expecting, all right, we may get, a guy like Deron Bland to come in and play nickel versus me, but if we get Deron Bland on me versus nickel or whatever, then we could just put somebody like one-on-one on Julio Jones and we'll just move on with our life. But if Deron Bland is covering Julio Jones, then that's Deron Bland covering Julio Jones. I think this is a fantastic piece, a fantastic chess move, and I think it's one that we can carry on into next week when we play guys like Brandon Ayuk, Debo Samuels, and Jennings or whatnot, right? So we'll see how this, how this use of Israel Mukuamu is moving forward. And shouts out to Dan Quinn for actually bringing his side of the bargain to the game versus Tampa Bay. All right, appreciate y'all. Shouts out to True Classic. Y'all use promo code VOCH for 25% off. If you spend $100, you get free shipping, and go check out their athletic wear. Love y'all to pieces, and subscribe to the Patreon if you want the long form film sessions. Those links are in the description. Y'all hold down for the Doski Wilson, Piece of Whiskey, man. Until next time, peace.